following represents my key takeaways from Harari's book, the 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. And first, I'm going to start with 5 things that he basically says these top 5 trends that really he wants us to discourage us from advantaging over the next 50 years or whatever, okay? And the first one is nationalism. And basically he says that the problems that we're looking at are global, and therefore nationalism will never be able to successfully help us solve global problems. The second item that he points out is individualism. And he says that, the problems that we're looking at are too complex for any one individual. We have this whole puzzle of things that have to take place that no individual could grasp all the different elements. The third thing he says is religion is to discourage because it advantages the ethereal narratives. It advantages things that we really can't put any kind of scientific backing to. Then he talks about the non-scientific myths. All right, the problems are no longer metaphysical. War, disease, and famine, they're things that we can solve, and we no longer look at them as something that is just our lot in life. And then the last thing he talks about is the actual the demise of the liberal package itself. And he says that humanism, capitalism, and democracy are founded on the basic concept of free will, and free will has now lost its a place in terms of the science. And it's just not, the liberal package has just not been robust enough to solve the problems, and it's not delivering on the promises that we expected. So why keep pushing something that's not delivering? Now and then he asks us to look at the top 5 trends that he thinks we really should be encouraging. So what are the things we should be kind of putting our thoughts behind? And that is, one is reducing brutality to the planet, to other humans non-humans on the planet, other humans, and to our own citizens. So reduce suffering and brutality is one of his biggest issues. And the idea, it's a reduction process. It happens over time, but you have a target, that the target is that you constantly want to be going towards the reduction itself. The other thing he talks about is to advantage the concept of one meta-narrative. This is if you look at the immigration issues and some of the other issues, really we want to get down to one meta narrative where we can have everybody talking to the same narrative. The third item is to advantage the science and technology. This is let science help us make decisions like vote and marry and who we're going to live with, what we're going to buy, and what we're going to like. And then advantage utilitarianism over the individualism. And I liken this to the idea of where when Spock says that we have to advantage the many over the few or the one. All right, and then the last thing is advantage pull versus push. And this is where we have to look at where we question every kind of hierarchy. If you think about what's happening in the Internet of Things, is that it's a pull. Everything is coming from the bottom up. We no longer really have this great need for somebody at the top making a decision as to what they should make and then pushing it down on us. We can actually request what we want and push it up rather than coming from the top down. So those are the items that I think that are key takeaways. Thank you.